Hi guys! I'm going to make an ed puzzle today since I'm not able to be with you to walk you through our unit. So we are starting our Amplify material for this unit. We're going to have our unit introduction. You're going to watch the video with me through our ed puzzle. Hopefully this will work out. So our big unit question is, why is there a mysterious substance in the tap water of our town Westfield? Okay, so we're going to use some of our chemistry skills to solve this. We're going to be acting as student chemists. Okay, we got a call from a resident that turned on her faucet for a glass of water and found strange reddish brown substance came out. She called a few of her neighbors and found out that the reddish brown substance was coming out of their water pipes too. Our lab uses chemistry to identify unknown substances, so I went to Westfield to take some samples. I took a sample of the water coming out of the pipes and another from the well and analyzed them and made them an interesting discovery. The water coming out of the pipes contains a reddish brown substance, but I didn't find any in the water sample from the well. So it looks like they're getting their water from a well, not from another supplier like we do here, mostly in Lake Stevens. However, I did find something else. It appears that some fertilizer, sorry about that, from a nearby farm seeped into the well. So let's check out our unit video.
Most people don't think about where their water comes from when they turn on a tap. But there are a lot of people doing hard work to make sure that water is always available and always safe to drink. My name is Christy Lawrenson, and I'm a senior chemist with the East Bay Municipal Utility District in California. We provide clean, safe drinking water to 1.4 million people every day. Water has some substances in it that can be seen, tasted, or smelled, and others that cannot. Some of these substances are unsafe, while some are there to protect us. The government sets laws about which substances are allowed and which ones are not. As a chemist, I studied the properties of substances. I use this knowledge to test our water to make sure it's safe. A lot of work goes into keeping the water safe. Every day, water system inspectors collect samples from the different reservoirs, water treatment plants, and the distribution pipes that serve the community. And every day, our lab runs tests on these samples. Laboratory, this is Christy. You have a drinking water sample? Okay, so I will meet you in sample receiving. When I receive a sample delivery from the field, I usually make a visual observation of the sample and then schedule it for testing. You got some samples there?
I do indeed. I called you about them this morning,
Okay.
and I just wanted to bring them in for you.
Great, so this looks really clear. Is this drinking water?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you fill out this paperwork for me?
Okay.
So we'll run the tests, and I should have results for you in about 2 days.
Perfect.
Just because a sample of water looks clear or has no smell doesn't mean that it's safe to drink. We need more supporting information to make that conclusion. That's where lab testing comes in. This is our lab, and this is where we test water samples. One of the tests we do is for combined ammonia and chlorine. Chlorine and ammonia are substances that are added to the water to prevent bacterial growth. This test will allow me to gather information to determine how much combined chlorine and ammonia are in each sample. And a green color will develop if combined chlorine and ammonia are present. Now I wait, and I observe to see if a green color develops. Now I can use my observations to determine how much combined chlorine and ammonia is in the samples. The public puts their trust in us every time they take a drink, wash their hands, or take a shower. We take that responsibility very seriously. We test our water 365 days a year, and we provide that information to the public. I'm proud to be part of keeping my family, my friends, and my community safe.
Okay, so now that we've watched our video here, we need to analyze some samples of our own. So let's check out. So we have a nice visual of our problem here. We've got some farmland where obviously farms are using fertilizer, right? We've got a well, and then we have how these homes are kind of connected and situated. So Dr. Young took a sample of water from the Westfield well, so from here, and didn't find any of the reddish brown substance, but she did find some fertilizer. So that's what we know so far. Okay, what you're going to be doing right now is you're going to be working on your paper, The Water Mystery. You're going to be using some samples and materials at your table. You will have jars. Please do not open the jars. You're not actually going to get the samples out. You're going to look at them. We're making what we call macro observations. You are going to be able to see, you are going to be able to use a small handheld lens if you want to look at the substances at a little bit deeper level. Make sure you're using descriptive words. What does the sample look like? Is it coarse? Does it look like sand grains? Does it look like a powder? What color is it? You may also use a magnet. Put the magnet up against the side of the jar. Is the sample respond to a magnet? Does it stick to it? Does it not stick to it? Okay. Be really specific in your observations. This should be pretty straightforward. If you're absent, check out these samples online here on this digital link. Okay, you are going to turn this into the inbox when you're done and proceed to the next slide. When you're done with that, get your doodle note sheet. We're going to talk real quick here and you're going to fill it in. After this, you're going to watch an ed puzzle and that'll be it for your day for Monday. There are properties of different matter. We know matter makes up everything around us. So let's take a look at some what we call physical properties and chemical properties. Physical properties are properties that can be observed or measured without changing the chemical composition of a substance, okay? So properties that, like with water, a physical property of water is when it boils, like the temperature at which it boils. Chemical properties are how a substance reacts with other substances. We know that some substances chemically react together, like when I pour baking soda and vinegar together, I have bubbles, and there's actually a new substance that is made from the chemical reaction of those two substances. Let's take a look at our notes here. You're going to go ahead and copy down the different chemical and physical properties. So let's take a look. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Physical properties include color. What's the color of a substance? What is its luster? Is it shiny? Like a penny is a high luster. Is it ductile? Ductile might be a new word for you. Does it stretch, right? We use things like copper sometimes to make wires. Wires, it has a high ductile rating or it can stretch out. What is its density? Is it a very heavy substance? Is it a very light substance? We'll talk a little bit more about density when I return. What is its melting point? And we all know what melting point and boiling point is from our phases of matter unit. What is its texture like? Is it rough? Is it smooth? And then what is its hardness? Remember back when we learned about rocks. Different rocks and minerals had different hardness. Were they something soft? Were they hard like a diamond? Chemical properties are things like, is it flammable? When we expose it to a flame, will it react? Oxygen actually is pure oxygen gas is very explosive or flammable. Is the substance radioactive? Radioactivity has to deal with how a substance can actually change over time and actually can be damaging to people. We'll talk more about that as well. Is it corrosive? Okay, we know that things can be what we call corrosive, or it can actually kind of react with substances around us, like an acid is corrosive. Is it toxic, like poisonous to humans? What is its pH? pH is not something you've learned about, but we'll spend a little bit of time, means how acidic or basic, and has to do with different ions that it has. pH applies to lots of different things. Water has a pH to it. Your stomach has a pH to it. Your stomach is actually pretty acidic and helps you to digest your food. Go ahead and pause here if you need to finish writing this down. You're going to cut this out and glue this in your notebook on the page according to our page number, which is going to be, if I check really quickly here, page 80. page 80. Oop, I'm gonna zoom back out. Okay, and I'll update my page number. Okay, when you're done with this, you're gonna move on to the next slide and you're gonna do your Ed puzzle. If you've run out of time, that's okay. We might have some time tomorrow. Great job completing your work for today. Be sure to complete this Ed puzzle to show me that you have listened and completed all your work today. Hope you did well while I was gone. I will be back Wednesday.